what inspired you then to pick up the guitar when you were in your early teens?
Yeah. Well, I loved music. My parents aren't musical, but my dad loved going to taking me to concerts. My first concert was the Go Go's when I was
No way.
5 years old because I have an older sister. So it was really
Okay.
her first concert that I got to go to.
Did you enjoy
But
it?
oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was great. But I saw, Tom Petty, like I said, Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like I was super um, into the music culture. But actually, what did it for actually taking a second chance of like, no, now I actually want to play was actually this little thing that happened as an alternative to grunge, which was the jam bands of the 90s. So you had
Mhm.
the kind of hard rock went out of style and then grunge took over, but right on this other kind of smaller alternative path was these kind of new jam bands with Spin Doctors were the first popular
Mm.
mainstream from that other kind of alternative choice for pop, for the main culture
Yeah.
musically. And I had loved classic rock. So like the Allman Brothers, Sly and the Family Stone, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. And so those other bands were more similar to like that classic rock of the 60s and 70s, like the improvisation of the Allman Brothers and the Grateful Dead. And so there was something, basically I went to go see Santana in concert, and this band called Blues Traveler opened for
Right.
them.
Hmm.
And the fact that they were just a little bit older than you and I playing this more improvisational kind of like late 60s, 70s, kind of a little bit of psychedelic improvisation, bluesy, just like classic rock, but by like our next generation to like look up to as
Hmm.
idols. It was just
Yeah.
this thing that just kind of hit me really hard. Well, because also they're like playing a lot of soloing and all that stuff. So something about that hit me really hard. Seeing Blues Traveler live, and
Nice.
the guy played harmonica like I'd never. He played it like he was playing harmonica like an electric guitar player would play guitar, like Jimi
Right.
Hendrix, but on
Yeah.
harmonica. And the fact that a harmonica was only $20 at the time made me just go, oh, I'm just so curious. Like,
Very
what the heck?
accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck is he doing? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to like do that, but I can go buy a $20 harmonica and just like when I'm alone in the
Sure.
car or in my bedroom, I
Yeah.
can just start kind of noodling around. And
Hmm.
that actually, I accidentally got a couple of like little bluesy sounding licks on the harmonica. And I had a few friends in high school that played guitar pretty well already. And I used to just be in awe of it. And it was like a magic, it was like sorcery. And I even then, I never thought I could do it, but I was like, oh man, like, what would that be like to like not
Yeah.
just to be able to do that? It's so amazing. And because of the harmonica, I was able to then kind of jam a little bit with my friends that played guitar.
Nice.
And then that led me to having my friends show me like one little chord at a time, like where
Yeah.
I wasn't going to become a guitar player. It wasn't the goal to get good at guitar. I was just like, oh, show me that. What was that
Hmm.
chord again? And my dad had a couple guitars. He's not like a good guitar player, but he had a couple guitars lying around, so I borrowed one from my dad and just started with a couple things. And then each time I'd say, oh, show me another one. I got those three chords down that you showed me, but just show me another one. But I'm not trying to be a guitar player, but just show me another one.
You're
And
in
then it just
denial.
yeah, and then just but it was a great way to learn because there was
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
intimidation. I just
Hmm.
had this
No
thing of like,
pressure.
oh, I'm having fun. And then
Yeah.
it never stopped.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, hey, I might be able to do this actually. And so then I started taking guitar lessons because I was just realized it was fun and not as hard as I thought it was. And of course, I was trying to impress girls.
That's
I'm
right.
not going to lie. This is very, very, very important. And I still remember before I played guitar, maybe let's say 1 year before I played guitar, I went to one of these classic high school parties where the parents are out of town and someone has a big inappropriate party.
Yeah.
And I remember going to this party, and it's someone I'm still friends with, and he does music still. But, we're like 16, 17 years old, and he was like really good looking guy. So girls already were like in love with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then he could sing and play guitar. But he was already like super good looking guy. Super popular. All the girls loved him. And then he could sing and play guitar just to drive it home, But I walked into this party, and he was sitting crisscross applesauce, and circled by girls all sitting there around him, and he's in the middle with an acoustic guitar. And you'll like this, is what I enjoy about the Gen Expert part of this. He's playing, I'm the one that wants to be with you.
Of course he is.
And the girls are singing along, and they just have the look in their eyes like they're in love with this guy. And
what a smart guy.
I still remember it to this day, over 30 years later.